Hi viewers, welcome to today's episode of Kitchen Romance, brought to you by Married with a Life. My name is Peace. I am the founder of Single with a Life, which is the main vision, which is about effective singleness and marriage preparation. We equip our singles to discover their purpose, live effective lives, and also prepare themselves towards marriage. And once they get married, they are now moved to the second vision, Married with a Life. We also run marriage preparation classes for our singles who are in relationships, or even those who are not in relationship but they want to get themselves to prepare, because you know what, the best time to really prepare and get yourself equipped with knowledge about marriage is when you are single. You don't prepare on the battlefield. You prepare ahead of time so that when you get there, you have the right tools to be able to fight and win. We also encourage our young couples to get on board with the marriage preparation classes, because we believe that learning does not stop. And sometimes there are things that we pick up from the environment, from our culture, from our family background, which are not necessarily right, but they can influence our marriage. So the marriage preparation classes is organized for singles and young couples to help correct some of the mindset that may not necessarily help us in our marriage. And we introduce godly principles and show you practical examples of how to implement them to help you have a happy and a better marriage, which is the aim of Single and Married with a Life, equipping singles and couples for purpose and better marriage. Today I'm going very local again. In my previous video, I prepared banku with tilapia and pepper. So if you haven't seen that video, please check the Facebook page or the YouTube channel Married with a Life and watch it. I like my banku with either pepper or okro soup. Some people make okro stew with palm nut oil, but I'm not really very keen on the oil because of health purposes. So I only make banku with okro soup, and I'll show you how I make the soup. I have my three most important ingredients here, which is eggplant, or as we call it in Ghana, garden eggs. And then I have my okra or okra, and then this is spinach. This is where the hard work is. Once you get the hard work out of the way, the rest is easy. I'll quickly show you how I chop these ingredients into the sizes that I want. They've all been washed already. I'm going to start off with chopping the garden eggs. So I just put lines in them. I normally like to chop it into very tiny pieces. Okay, and then that's it there. Again, I want to chop it into very tiny pieces. When you finish, you can chop it through again. That's if you want it to be as tiny as I want it. Transfer it. That's all done. As you can see, just chopping these vegetables can be time consuming. Some of our African foods can actually take hours to make, and you might need a bit of energy. So when you are making them, you literally have to make a lot of it so that you can stock some in the freezer to help you not to continuously be making it. We hardly eat some of these local foods at home. The last time I made okro soup was when I was pregnant and in my first trimester, and my baby is 7 months plus now, so you can imagine how long it's taken to come back to this recipe. But it's nice, so once in a while it's good to go local. I'm going to chop these red peppers and then cook it together with the onion. After that, I will blend it. I've added 1 cup of water and I'll leave it on the stove. I've got all my ingredients for the okro soup ready. That is my beef, and this is grilled mackerel. This is a blended ginger, garlic and onions. I've got 2 beef stock cube, and then this is vegetable stock cube. I'll add 1 cup of water. So this is, and then I'll add the blended ginger, garlic and onions. When I was in Ghana, when we cook these things, we add something called kanwo. I don't know the English name, so we add it to make it a bit slimy, but I don't. If you know the health benefit of kanwo, or even the English name for kanwo, please state it in the comment for me. Thank you very much. I'm going to drain the water onto the beef. I'll leave this to cool down and then I'll blend it. I'll now add the mackerel. Be careful with the mackerel because it can split into pieces. At this point, I will add my beef stock cube. And then the vegetable stock cube. It's now time to add the okra. I don't use tomatoes when I make okra soup. The tomatoes reduces the sliminess of the okra, but I want it to be slimy, so I just use the red bell peppers instead. It looks really yummy. I've still got banku here. I'm just going to dish out the soup. I've just washed my hands. Wow. The salt, the taste, everything is perfect. You can't eat this with a spoon or a fork. You could, but it is not the proper Ghanaian traditional way of eating this kind of food. Please like this video, share it on your timeline, leave a comment, subscribe to the Facebook page or YouTube channel, whichever platform you are watching from. Please subscribe and have a nice time. Bye.